Wine. Thank you so much, Mrs. John. She bowed as they were all in the lobby. Wine had a bandage around her elbow now. Jungkook was standing a few meters away, his back against the reception desk and arms crossed, whereas the lady behind the desk seemed like she just saw a ghost. A once peaceful lobby filled with armed men holding guns, and their boss just around the table. She could feel his aura, and she thought buried inside the ground would be easier. Jungkook had his eyes on Ryan this whole time. He never looked away but once. And as much as it was supposed to make her feel uncomfortable, she was surprisingly didn't. It felt good, as if something she was so used to. A feeling that now his eyes were on her, she was all safe. Jungkook's mother, call me mom. Ryan, ah, yes mom, and I'm really sorry about the bag. The elder lady chuckled and shook her head. Jungkook's mother, that's really fine. I'm sad, but I need to leave. Jungkook is staying for 2 more days for some work. You better come see me when you return to Seoul. She smiled and hugged her and left after waving at her son once and telling him to take care of her. He had only one question in his mind at that moment. Why didn't he know? He was staying for 2 more days. From coming here all the way from Seoul, only to pick up his mother after her vacation to end up getting stranded here for 2 more days. While she goes back home? That was a great day, John. Jungkook, go home. I'm sure your shift ended. He said, getting off the table and walked to Ryan. The lady behind the desk instantly took her things and rushed away. We found your bag, he said, stopping before Ryan, and the thief along. No matter how much I put my mind into it, I can't understand from what angle you thought his figure matches mine. Ryan's face instantly turned into red again, and she persuaded her lips. Jungkook, even if you didn't see his face. Ryan, I said I'm sorry. Don't embarrass me more than I am already. She was given the bag, which caused the whole problem, and Jungkook pointed at the security. Jungkook, next time you don't have to do the hard work. Let the security know they will do it. Ryan, thank you. She almost bowed, but Jungkook held her arms and took a step closer to her. Jungkook, be comfortable. Learn to own it instead of accepting it as some kind of goodness. You're going to live your whole life like this. She looked at his hands and the closeness between the two. He didn't pull back, and that only gave her heart more reasons to go crazy. He was wearing a suit that probably costed more than 3 kidneys. Every inch hugged his body as if it was his another skin. Hair pushed back, revealing the mighty forehead, and the minimal accessories, the wristwatch and a single ring of her name, only added more to his beauty. He could pass for the top model, walking down the red carpet. Wine, it's new. It takes time. Jungkook, enjoy your vacation. He took a step back and eventually left. The only sound was her crazy heart drumming against her ribcage and his calculated footsteps. Some of the guards left with him, while some stayed behind. She instantly went to her room and was met by her friends, who were pacing around out of stress. Sana, God, Ryan, are you okay? I got so worried. She instantly hugged her, along with Era. Ryan, guys, I'm okay. I need to breathe. Sana, I thought you were abducted by a ghost. Like they told us you went to parking lot. And in movies, there's usually a ghost there and Ryan. Oh God, Sana, stop. It's not a movie. Era, why are your fiancé and mother-in-law here? Ryan, they told you? Era, they did. And they didn't let us come out to meet you. Till they didn't leave. Ryan, I'm sorry, but this is a long story. She sighed and gave Sana her bag back and told them everything. Sana, my bag is lucky for you. She grinned after listening to the whole story. Ryan, lucky? I thought I was going to die. Ara, oh come on. He's scary, but he's too handsome and charming. You're actually lucky, huh? And he won't kill his fiancée. Ryan, says the one who sees it all from the back. Rolling her eyes, she went to change, and Sana and Ara had the most dramatic eye contact before they talked without using words and had the loudest high five possible. When Ryan came out after showering, she was wearing a bathrobe, her wet hair slightly curled as they fell over her shoulders, and she had a cream in her hand, scooping a little out on her hands. She screamed, getting startled, and the cream fell off her hands, while her eyes fell on Jungkook, who was leaning against the wall, arms crossed and eyes on her. Ryan, what are you doing here? Putting a hand on her heart, she picked up the cream bottle and realized her dressing. Jungkook, I should be asking that. Why was I called here? She looked around and her friends were missing. Then back at Jungkook and gulped harshly. For all she knew, she was going to murder those snakes called as friends when she got her hands on them. To be continued.